All right, welcome back and hello. This is the KnivesFAST channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you've hit that notification bell and stick around. Check out a live stream and make sure you check me out over on Instagram as well. Now, this one comes by way of my friend Ben Peterson, Ben Banters over at Knafs. That's right, this is the Knafs Lander 2, guys. I was at Blade Show, was talking to Ben, told him the Lander was great, but it's a little small for me, and he's like, I got the Lander for you, and he brings out the Lander 2 and says when they come out, he'll send me one, and he surely did. Thanks to Ben and to Austin over there. Very much appreciate it. Now, Knafs is obviously a U.S. company in Utah, but these are made by Kaiser. The Lander, the original, which we'll show in a minute, was made by QSP in China, and these are made by Kaiser in China, and this is a clutch lock knife. Very, very cool, guys. You can see just by looking at it, this is what I would call a pretty well full-size knife. You know, not really big, but a full-size knife. You've got blue G10, checkered here, flat scales, but contoured and chamfered. You definitely have a filler tab over here and a reversible deep carry black clip to match the black hardware and the black, thumb studs. You do have a two-sided spinning pivot, if you will, and just so you know, and you do have blacked access bar or clutch bar, actuator here, or the bar itself, a black stop pin even. So really, really cool. I like that a lot. It does carry very slim, and it's still fairly lightweight. You do have nested steel liners, and they are full nested steel liners, and the reason for that is, of course, so you can still change out the scales fairly easily. And Ben, as usual, has provided at no charge the scale file for these as well. Now, I do think this one takes apart a little bit differently, but I'm not entirely sure about that because I haven't taken it apart yet. Now, got your What Is Up Guys logo and your Lander 2. And S35VN is your steel, and there's your Knafs logo. When we open it up, you've got a very classic drop or even almost spear point there. I think I would call it a spear. You have a nice flat grind and a stone wash working blade, guys. I love this. And let me just say, this starts with really thin stock. By the way, really nice jimping that comes out quite a ways and actually grabs a hold of your thumb. If you hear something in the background, it's Trevor playing video games over there, just so you know. We do have a nice sharpening choil there. You can see still the plunge fanning out there, but you'll get 3 or 4 good sharpenings out of this before you get a smile or any kind of issues because of the shape of that plunge. Love the looks of this blade, I really do. And then you got kind of a turned down handle. Very neutral. You have a 4-finger grip. Feels really nice in the hand. Do I feel this clip? It's a pretty low profile clip. I feel it when I press down hard right there, but it's not, to me, it's not, no, definitely not a hot spot. Very, very nice in the hand. Now, a lot of people I was doing it again, wasn't I, guys? I was way up here. I apologize. So going back down here for what I was just talking about, doing this, you feel it, but it's definitely not a hot spot. Now, back to this. You got good access to your thumb studs, and even though it's a spring knife, in other words, the lock is spring. It's not spring assisted, but you can see you still get a very good actuation on the thumb. And I think I did this when it first came in, but I can't remember. Let's see. Yep, I can middle finger flick it off of that as well. Not as easy. There's not a ton of access there, but you can do it very much. Now, as far as closing, let's just do this. You can see comes down. Definitely sucks in there once you let go of the lock. if you can get the timing down right, which I'm never good at, or you can just kind of throw it down in there a little bit, and you can get a nice little jive going. Now, there is one little interesting thing here, and I wish I had another Kaiser clutch lock here because I've never noticed this before, but I am not willing to say that it's not a thing because I don't know for sure. By the way, you got a lot of skeletonization down in your liners if you couldn't see that before. I'm not sure you can see it now because they're black liners. But there's a little bit of wiggle right here. Do you see that? Let's come up. See it? And that's before the spring takes over. Now, I talked to another friend who had one, and he has the exact same on his. But you can see there's a little bit before you hit that spring. Now, once you hit the spring, you can see, but right at that beginning, there's just a slice, almost like detent lash, but I guess we'll call it spring lash. But yeah, you can see there just a little bit. Now, it's not, you can see I can definitely open it if I do it really hard, guys, but just a normal little shake, it's not coming out. But just a little bit there, not a big deal, just something to point out. It doesn't even bother me because, again, what would really bother me with that is if that affected my ability to open it with the thumb studs. And you don't even really tell. Once you get down here leverage-wise, it's just coming open. It's not at all an issue down there. So I don't even know why I pointed out other than that I've heard about it on 2 Knives now, and you should know about it. Now, as far as centering, it came dead center. You can see we don't quite go all the way to the end here. It's a little short as far as blade to handle ratio. No, I'm not coming anywhere near that tip. There could be a little bit more, but again, not a big deal. I think a lot of people end up going for a size. They want a certain size of handle, a certain size of blade, and they don't really worry about that. And I don't think it's a big deal. It doesn't look odd. It's just something to show there as well. Now, lockup is really nice. It's not going to close on you. It's solid. No lock rock, no blade play, nothing like that. Now, couple of comparisons. So first of all, you get your Ontario Rat 1, which is way bigger. Ontario Rat 2 is going to be about the same size, as you can see. Now, the funny thing is taller, both in blade and handle, than the Rat 2. And there's times where I feel like the Rat 2 is a little thin for me, hand-wise. This fills my hand really, really nicely. Now, your other comparison is the one you've been waiting for me to finally show. Here is my my Lander, my original Lander. And guys, I like this particular Lander because it's got the contoured scale, so it made it fill my hand. Matter of fact, I've got the Shigaiha ones from Urban EDC, but I prefer these scales because they are rounded and it makes it fill up my hand for such a small knife, which, it works. But here's our comparison there. Now, these are different in that this one's a liner lock and this one is obviously a clutch lock or axis style lock. But size-wise, you can see the difference. Quite a bit bigger, both handle and blade. And this one's M390 and this one is S35. Now, these run $129. I'm going to leave you a link. There's a black on black one and this one, both at Knafs' website. Now, they're available elsewhere, but man, Knafs sent this to me, and I would love for you guys to support Ben directly. Let him get all the money, if you will. Now, I don't have any kind of discount, and I don't have any kind of affiliation, but I would love for you guys just to support them. And they even do engraving for $8 if you want, but it is $129.99. It is a blade length of 3.25, an overall length of 7.4, closed length of 4.25, which is plenty for me. Handle thickness of 0.4 or 10.2 millimeters, and blade thickness of 0.1 or 2.5 millimeters. S35, 59 to 61 on the hardness, The weight is 2.9 ounces. It is a flat grind. The grind angle, which I'm glad he provides this, is 18 to 20, which is great. Deep carry clip, reversible, recessed. I dig that. Ben has, you got recessed and flat screws, which is awesome. Ben just takes care of all those details. Steel studs. You do have barrel spacers rather than a back spacer. And again, these are made in China, designed here in the U.S. by Ben Peterson. All right, we're long on this one, guys, but I wanted to make sure I gave you a good look. Oh, I forgot to cut with it. That's important. So let's do that real quick. By the way, I'll just spoil it right off the bat. This guy is a good, now that is curled there, so don't base it on that. Good cutter. I mean, the edge angle, the geometry of this one is really, really nice. And again, I can see this being one people would want to use for work or for EDC. I think this is a fantastic knife. And for S35VN and G10 at 129, I say yeah. Very, very nice indeed. So guys, definitely leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this one. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you, Ben, for sending this one, and Austin. And thanks for watching the KnivesFAST channel.